Hello guys, my name is Alex and welcome back for the series where we try to drive as fast as possible in the Williams. And here you can see the race order. We are currently in the 6th round, and considering I did no round in the last one, I include the 7th round as well. And here you can see the drivers table. We are very close to the leader, just 13 points behind, which is really good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this round. As always, we don't know where we start. It's basically luck that decides where we and especially the McLaren start. And yeah, it might be very interesting to see. And I think in terms of pace, it might be a bit more difficult to fight them here because their speed is really strong. But we have to wait and see. And let's see. I think we are starting quite far back, which is not ideal, but as always we should be able to fight our way through. And here you can see the strategy and the setup. It's also, I think, the setup I used in AOR, so yeah, a bit aggressive, but it should work on these cars. And let's see how it goes. We have 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. We try to gain as many positions as possible on the start. We are already gaining the first, as it seems, and we are going now around the outside in order to gain another few positions. And now we're looking for the inside, braking really late, and we have a bit of contact and we nearly spin, which is, yeah, probably because this was quite an aggressive move. But yeah, a good start. We are already in P10 and right behind the other cars and behind the Williams, I think. So we are now looking for the left. We should have better downforce, and we are going on the inside of 3 cars, which means that we are already in P7, which is crucial because, as always, the McLarens are really quick. So we have to gain as many positions as possible in order to fight them at the later stages of the race. And now you can see they are going nearly 3 wide, and again we are gaining 3 positions up on the inside, and we're now in P4, which is a great start. And 1 lap later, in lap 2 now, we are right behind one of our teammates, and I thought about a move there, but we were not close enough, so we have to make some kind of move into this tight part. There was a bit of contact, and you can see we get an illegal overtake, and somehow a bit of contact. Our teammate doesn't really help us that much here, and we are losing time, which is not ideal because we will need every piece of time we can just catch, because yeah, as I said, the fight is a race long and it might be very close at the end. So again, we try to get closer and closer, a bit of oversteer, and we are gaining a bit on the straight, but it's not enough for a move into this left-hander, so we're staying behind. Maybe take a different line through here, a wider line, in order to get some sort of cutback, but I think we were a bit deep there, a bit too deep. And let's see, we are also closing on the car ahead, so maybe we can overtake both of them in the next 2 corners, although it's quite dangerous there as one of our teammates tries to make the move stick. It's really close here, and we are now going around the outside. We have the downforce and the grip, and we get past, and now it's our teammate again. Let's see, are we able to get the move? We are closing in, and now we are looking for the right, diving up on the inside, and at the end we were able to make the move stick up into P2 now, and you can see there's a McLaren right in front of us, and I think his pace is just too quick. And we're now in lap 7 already, and you can see we unfortunately got a penalty, which might be a problem later, because I think one other McLaren is catching us by quite some time, and I think he's already in P4 at this point. So it's not looking ideal at the moment. I think P1 is out of the question, but maybe we can get P2 if everything goes to plan. You can see now the McLaren was able to get past, and he's closing us by over a second a lap, so we have to push like crazy in order to stay ahead. And here we are already in the final lap. Nothing basically happened. We just tried to push as much as possible, and this is also my fastest lap of the race. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the lap, and I will talk to you after this one.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
So here we are at the final few corners. You can see Coppens was able to win the race, but we are crossing the line in second, and let's see if we stay there. I think we did just about enough in order to stay ahead. And let's see. Yeah, it chose P2, which means that we get another podium, which might be crucial, especially in the later parts of the season. And yeah, in terms of drivers table, it's also quite close, I think, and I think we gained a few points on the leaders as well. You can see we are now just 10 points behind, and Schiffer is also just 14 points behind, so it's getting closer and closer. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next races, and we are also already coming to the next one, which is my home Grand Prix in Germany, round 7, and let's see where we start. And again, it seems that we are starting quite far back, which is again a bit unlucky, but it's just what we have to deal with. And this is part of the series. And here you can see the setup I used. I'm not quite sure whether I used the same one in AOR, but it should work anyway. And here we are on the grid, P15, so not ideal. We have 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Again, we have to make up as many positions as possible. So let's see what we can do into turn 1. We are going around the outside, and there seems to be a collision, which means that we are already gaining a few positions up into P10 somehow now, which is a great sign. And I think the McLarens are also starting a bit far back, which yeah might help us to gain points on them. And yeah, we of course will need that since they are much quicker than we are. But we have to wait and see how it is or how it will be in this race. I think the pace should be a lot better here compared to what it was in Silverstone. So we are already getting another position up into P9, and now we have 2 old McLarens ahead of us, so we might be able to make a move somewhere here, although they block basically the whole track since the cars are quite wide. And you can see just how much time we are losing, and now we go up on the inside, maybe thinking about a move here, but it's too risky, especially considering the AI like to close the door on you, as we could see in the last race. So up into P7 now, and it's now crucial that we catch the cars ahead, which we should be able to do since our speed is a bit quite a bit quicker compared to them. And now we have a Ferrari ahead of us, and he should be a bit slower, especially in the corners and out of them. You can see just how much time he's losing, and now we are thinking again about the inside, braking late, and we are able to make the move stick as well. And Next is another Williams, although he's a bit slower compared to our car, so we should be able to make the move somewhere here. Let's see, we are going or looking for the inside again, a bit of contact, and again the move was a bit too aggressive, but we were able to make it stick up into P5 now, and another Ferrari is now ahead. So let's see, are we able to make any kind of impression in this part of the track? We are close, but I'm not sure if we have the straight line speed over him. Normally the Ferraris are not too bad on the straights, and you can see we are a bit struggling. But we used the slipstream, and now we are looking for the inside, switching to the outside. Braking late, and our higher downforce helps us getting past, and the traction is much better as well. So lap 3 and we are already in P4. A great start. Next up is a teammate of ours, and we're braking late, and the AI like to close the door, as I said, but we were able to make the move stick as well. So already a podium, but our goal of course is not the podium, is to win the race, and we are now looking again for the inside. Braking later, although I think this might be not a clever idea, because there is a slight chance the Ferrari might get us on the straight again, so we have to wait and see if we are able to stay ahead. He's closing a bit, you can see the arrow is getting bigger, but we are now braking late and up into second place. And P1 is one of our teammates, and you can see that we were able to close the gap quite quickly. And you can see as well that one of the McLarens is in P3, so we have to overtake our teammate first and then get a gap, because there's chance Schiffer, or how he's pronounced, it might be quicker. So let's see, are we able to make the move here? We are closing a bit, but I think it's not enough for a dive, which means that we have to stay behind for another half a lap or maybe a lap, which is not ideal. We are at lap 7 now, and the McLaren was able to gain another few tenths on us, and this time we are braking around the outside, which turns a bit to the inside in the next corner, but our teammate was able to defend the position. But now we have the slipstream and we should be able to get past, and looking for the inside. He doesn't really defend it too much, and now we're braking late into the hairpin, and now we're in P1, so maybe we can get another race win, which would be really cool. And you can already see that the McLaren is getting past, so the pace of them is really strong, but as always he has to get past us, so I will try my best to defend the position, especially for the championship. And here we get a warning, which we have to be careful with in order to have a chance, because I don't think we are able to create a 3-second gap over him. You can see he's already able to dive up on our inside, which I think the AI doesn't really do too often. But lap 11 now, and I think he's closer this time. And let's see, is he able to make the move stick? He's much quicker on the straight, so we should have a bit of a problem here, but maybe if we brake late enough we might be able to save our position. He's on the outside, but we have a lot of traction, which helps us to stay ahead, and he's still there, and we are defending a bit, but at the end he's not able to make the move stick. And a lap later he tries to make the move stick here as well, but our better traction helps again. And I think in we're in lap 15 now, if I can read that correctly. Yes, lap 15, and I think he's much closer this time, so we might have a bit of a task here to defend. He's already alongside and now passed, so we are trying to break late, but he makes the move stick, and now it's about staying close to him. Maybe he does some kind of mistake, and yeah, I think his pace is a bit better, but he's not that much quicker, and maybe if we can stay close in this part of the track, we might have a slight chance to fight him in the next 1 or 2 laps. And cutting now onto lap at the end of lap 16 onto lap 17, the last lap, and you can see we were able to just about hang on to his slipstream, but let's see, are we able to fight him over the last few meters? Might be very close, especially turn 1, we are really strong, and I think the AI are a bit struggling there, but on the traction he's just a bit better, so it's just 5/10, but we are just not able to get close enough, and I think a dive would be not a good idea here, although we brake really late. And yeah, now it's just one straight left, and the third sector is quite difficult to overtake, so I think we might have to settle for another second place, which is not too bad, but on the other hand I want to win in order to have some chance to fight for the championship. And it's now 8/10, so it's not ideal. But yeah, another podium should at least keep us in the game, and around the last 2 corners over the line, and we take P2, which is not too bad, but yeah, I think could have been more. And in the second you would see as well that we also got a penalty, I think. So yeah, second place is basically all we could have hoped for, but yeah, as I said, consistency is key, and if we continue like that we might have a chance to fight those fast cars. And here you can see the driver's table. We're just 3 points now behind the leader, and Michalski behind us is just 11 points behind, so it's very close at the top. And yeah, that were the races. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I hope to see you in the next one as well. Goodbye.
You should grow feathers and see this too.